Good morning. So this morning I've got my buttermilk cheddar herb biscuit with rosemary and thyme, which is a soy-free and gluten-free option. It does have milk, egg, and coconut in it. And I've got an egg. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to mix it up with the egg. I keep these little tiny whisks because lots of times, especially if I'm mixing up some powdery things, it just, it's a small amount, it does better. So I'm gonna whisk the egg around, and I'm gonna put in the powder. And if it should turn out that it's too thick, then I will add a little water to it, because I learned years ago, I know there's controversy on this, but if you're making an omelet, if you add just a few, maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon of water, that it makes it, I don't know, it just cooks better. So yeah, I'm gonna add just a tad of water. So I've got my little itty bitty measuring cup here. It's got a tablespoon of water, which is the same as 1/16 of a cup. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the whole thing in there because it was pretty thick, and it's kind of getting stuck in the whisk, and I don't want it to do that. Of course, that always is an issue when you're using a whisk, which is one of the reasons why I often use a fork, but I didn't do that today. So, and as I'm knocking some of it out, I see there's still some powder, so I just want to make sure all the powder is wet. Now, I'm taking a little while to do this just to show you, but this can be done much more quickly than what you're seeing here. Now, this does have raw egg, because I added the raw egg, so I'm not gonna lick this. But if all I had in here was the powder, I could lick it off, because the egg that's in the powder has been pasteurized and all that kind of stuff, so it's safe. Okay, so this is supposed to be a non-stick pan, and I have not put any sort of spray in it. Of course you could, but I'm not going to do it this time. We'll see what happens. So I've got a little spatula here so I can get out all the stuff. Essentially, I'm making I guess it's sort of like a pancake, isn't it? And I'm just gonna get the rest of it off like this, and then I will go rinse my fingers. I always turn off the burner for the last part of the cooking to allow everything to get done. Now, if you're, one of those types that has, will not eat a runny egg, then you will want to make sure that everything is done here. You might even want to give it a couple of more cuts. Take a look, make sure that things are actually done. Or you may be good at making pancakey things where you just kind of know how to time everything right. Another reason I turn the burner off early is so that I won't forget to turn it off. But there's enough residual heat in here that it will get this done. There's not only residual heat in the material that makes the pan, but there's residual heat inside of the pancake too. So, okay. Okay, so I'm going to serve this. You know what? It's just like a pancake with that spiciness. It's going to taste better with something to moisten it a bit. I have just the thing. Now, I could put a shredded low-fat cheese on this, but I love the creamy texture on the tongue of Laughing Cow cheese. This is the creamy garlic and herb. Sometimes it's a little messy opening up, but you get to lick your fingers. You can put this in the microwave, but the pancake that this makes is actually firm enough that you can just sort of mash the cheese on top to spread it around. This is a tasty, hearty breakfast.